Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Camp Staff Podcast. I'm your host, Austin.
I'm your host, Zach, and we have a great guest with us tonight. His name is Daniel. Everyone, welcome Daniel to the episode.
Hey, how are you guys doing tonight?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Yeah, we're just vibing right now in the middle of camp, making this the first episode of the Camp Staff Podcast at a camp. Interesting enough.
This is history.
It's history in the making right now. Somehow the internet's stable enough so we can do this, and we're vibing. We're just vibing. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
I mean, the internet is good enough to play Call of Duty on, so.
Bruh.
That's really good. For a camp.
When your camp Wi-Fi is better than your home Wi-Fi.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah, I have pretty bad Wi-Fi.
Bruh. So Daniel, what areas have you worked at a summer camp before?
I've worked... I'll have to explain it. It was 2 years I worked at the Boy Scout camp at the I worked 1 year in aquatics as a CIT. The next year I worked at the dining hall at the same camp. Then I flipped over to the Cub Scout side in 2005 and did Cub Scouts aquatics. And then 2006 I did the same thing. 2007 I went back to the Boy Scout camp, and then 2008, 2009, and 2010 were the years I was the aquatics director at the Cub Scout camp.
Ah.
So my diversity, I know both sides of the thing, so I have a lot of interesting things that happened on both sides for me.
So, aquatics. Aquatics
Yes.
is a very wet area.
Isn't this the first person that's worked in aquatics in the Camp Staff Podcast?
I think, yeah, it is.
It is, the
It's
first person.
First aquatics episode of the Camp Staff
Raise
Podcast.
the roof.
You're sitting
I'm raising
history
my
here,
arm.
Daniel. Not only are you in
I
the
know.
first episode recorded at a camp, you're in the first aquatics staff member to be on the Camp Staff Podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wild. So,
I'm truly honored.
It's a great honor. You deserve an award, but sadly,
we're too poor. We work at a Boy Scout camp.
underpaid,
All right.
overworked, sleep deprived. Overworked, underpaid, sleep deprived.
Sounds about right. And then you spend all day your Saturday sleeping.
Yep.
Yeah.
After doing a trash sweep through camp.
Leaf blowing the
I mean-
dining hall porch.
Yep.
Which our dining hall porch
So-
is big, so it takes forever.
That sounds awful.
Very much so.
It is very awful.
It's like a hand massage, but it doesn't turn off. So it just vibrates in one hand. And it's really awkward.
Nice.
So, speaking of dining hall, I got a great story. I had a crazy schedule working the dining hall when I was on the dining hall staff.
Ah.
So, you know how, like, the staff stays up and hangs out? Well, when I was on the dining hall staff, there wasn't really a lot of adult supervision down where the camp staff stays during that time frame.
Mm-hmm.
So we stayed up till about 3 or 4 in the morning every night, and then did the rest of the day. But I would go to bed and then get back up. I would go to sleep while the sessions were going on, and then hang out all night with the staff. It was kind of weird.
Yeah.
But we didn't do any of the cooking. Like, you guys sound like you guys do a lot of the cooking at my camp. We never did any of the cooking. We had a dining service come in and do that.
Yeah, we have
We have
people-
cooks.
We have people from around the area cook.
Yeah, there's they're totally separate. We never see those people unless we're serving, which we have to do now a lot.
Mm-hmm. Because of COVID, we have to have the staff serves the group, so troops cannot touch the food other than their own.
That's how it always was in my camp. You had a rotating schedule. You would have
Really?
We broke it down, and later times we started doing a patrol method kind of thing for all these jobs. For example, like they would group so many X amount of people from each section of the camp into one patrol, and they would do, oh, you would take care of the bathroom, you would clean the shower house this week, you would clean this, you would serve meals, and you would do that, and you would do those kind of things. Build the campfire for opening or closing campfire. You had to do that too. So.
Oh.
Yeah, we kind of have a similar thing, but it's just really like, oh, pick up trash and everything. Usually the troops are actually the ones that serve meals and stuff like that. Usually it's the kids, and they get like a little like participation thing if they do a whole bunch of like service around camp, just to make like the staff's lives easier. But this year we've had to do a lot more for like the cleaning and everything since COVID being around and all that shabam.
Talking about COVID, what is up,
Oh,
David?
yeah, for sure. How's it going? I'm sorry I'm late.
Don't worry, you're the co-host for today.
Ooh,
I'm the host.
nice change of pace.
I know. Oh, how
Yeah,
the
but my
tables have
salary doesn't
turned.
go down, so that's good. Doesn't go up, but it doesn't.
So
it
I
doesn't
get
go
your
down.
pay. Oh wait.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead. Go right for it.
Yes, sir. So,
So.
oh, there goes David.
So on the Cubs, on some of the Cub Scout side of things, we had a different thing. So we would do Cub Scouts for 4 days and 3 nights. And when you guys do evening activities, you have like open merit badges for scouting. But in Cub Scouts, we would do camp-wide games or things for each level of Cub Scouts. Like the Webelos would do their own thing on Wednesday nights, and so would the other groups. Each other age group would do their own thing on that night while I was there.
So these like Cub Scout camps, were they like day camps or were they like full on summer camps? Like they'd stay overnight and stuff.
Full on summer camp.
See, that's interesting because like in our area, we have a lot of day camps where it's just kind of like a glorified babysitting service. So I really, what's that?
Very much so.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I've not only gone to day camp, but I've volunteered during day camp at one point. It was not the greatest experience. Nothing like staff.
Is it touchscreen?
We still have
Boy
day
Scout camp.
camps. We still have day camps here, but we also have they get to go to, they call it adventure camp for the kids. So they get to spend 3 or 4 nights out, and their leaders come with them, and they have to do everything, the activities. You deal with a lot of homesickness at that age.
Oh, for sure. You deal with
Yeah.
homesickness at like 11 to 17 still, you know?
Yeah, but it's not to the level you deal with the younger ages from 11 to 6.
Mhm.
Not as much. You
Of
deal
course.
with it more. So our chaplain that's all his job was, 90% of the time.
Well, aren't the parents there with the Cub Scouts though?
Yeah, but usually they're leaders. They're not. There's 2 adult leaders, kind of like a troop kind of thing,
Really?
but with the Cub Scouts version here.
Yeah, just like
So-
I know tigers can't be left without their parents, but like
Yeah.
I think it's like Barren Up can or something like that.
Yeah,
I'm not too sure.
It's actually wolf.
Really?
It's
That's crazy.
It's actually wolf. Wolf is the one. And the kids had, each group of age groups had their own adventures they would do and things like that. And each year the staff would have to make a activity with the Cub Scout book to give them some activity or requirements that lead into the Cub Scouts. So each area had their own staff per area, and they did that as their activities. And then sometimes those staff members would go around with those kids too.
Oh.
In their
I see.
areas, too.
Yeah.
So
It's actually-
it helps them out.
It's like not a very bad setup. Sorry. I stumbled on my words
not
there.
at all.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
when my like day camp, how it was set up for us, it was just like they'd rotate through all the areas every single day. Like
Hmm.
I know at one point we were one kid in my group. I was like a 12-year-old boy, just was my first year into Boy Scouting, and this kid, I was helping with the bear den. Okay, so it was our turn to go to BB gun shooting, and for the life of me, I get so scared. He pointed the gun at his head or no, his eye, because he was trying to see if it was jammed or not. Right?
Oh my god, I thought this was gonna go somewhere
Right?
else.
And the range master, no, stop. But anyways, the range master was like, oh my goodness. Do you know what our current camp master is, Zach? In Austin?
What?
Like, do you know our current camp master, what he looks like, and like how tall he is?
No.
Probably a really old guy.
They're old guys.
Camp master.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Richter?
New guy, yeah. But just like how tall he is, so he's like 6'7" or something. He's super tall. He's a super tall guy. He stands up out of his chair, hits his head on the canopy, and then he's just like, oh shoot. But he says the other word, and then he's like, cease fire, cease fire, cease fire.
And then
I don't know why I remember that so vividly.
So on the weekends we would do that Monday through Thursday. So like Fridays we'd have a whole different group come in. On like we'd have their parents and the kid come out, and they could feel what it's like to be at camp for a week, to try and get more people to come to camp.
Mm-hmm.
So it was really, really interesting. We called it Fun with Sun, so, and things like that. And then we also we did 3 weeks of inner city kids coming to camp, but it was like a day camp for them. So, and that was a challenge in itself.
So you said you worked at aquatics. Would you like to say, is there any interesting stories that happened while you worked there?
One time a troop decided to release all the boats into the lake during dinner time.
Oh.
All the boats. You're talking
every last one.
Every last one of them. Even the ones that are sitting on the racks. They decided to take out and throw into the lake. And
so
we
like
had to make this
swimming,
like the motorboats. So and the aquatics they had to go. The aquatic staff had to swim out and get a boat, and then get all the other boats, and then go and get every one of the boats. I wasn't on the aquatic staff at the time that happened. What was the other one? The aquatic staff story that I always tell people is that when I would have the inner city kids come in, I would tell my staff, watch out, you're going to have to do a lot more rescues this week. And they looked at me like I was crazy the first couple of weeks, because you'd have that first kid that goes, I can swim. He was at the bottom of the pool.
oh boy,
Literally. So these kids would come up and say, I can take the swim test, because in this area there's a lot of splash pads. They think that's swimming, and it's not swimming.
He's just
So
holding his
No.
breath.
So we had a lot of that. They were used to that. We'll get into a splash pad, or we'll get up to our ankles, and we consider that swimming. No, it was a totally different thing.
What? No,
And,
I think they were swimming. It's just that you guys didn't notice that they were holding their breath. You know, like when you're your
Yeah.
kids and they're like, "Yo, let's see who can hold our breath the longest." He's winning.
Yeah, he's just winning.
what an absolute champion! So like
He's
the
sitting
honorary-
under there with a W on his forehead. You know.
So
the unrunning
crazy.
jokes like at our aquatics area. Sorry, let me just finish real quick. But the running joke at like our aquatics area, according to like some of the aquatic staff, is like when a kid said he's on the swim team and he just swims like super bad.
Bro.
I don't know if you. I know a couple of the aquatic staff members were telling me about this, particularly. I don't know if we've had him on the show before, so I won't say his name, but I can't remember off the top of my head if we have or not.
We haven't had any aquatic
yeah.
staff members.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But anyways, yeah, so it's kind of just like one of the unrunning jokes. So you can continue, Daniel. My apologies.
There's a craziest story. So speaking of you guys being in a dining hall, I had a story of I was off one night, and I went over to a family friend's house, or a cousin of mine's house, for a couple hours for my night off. Come back, and I found someone saran wrapped to a tree. This guy said he let them saran wrap him to a tree, and then they started beating him with sticks. Then he got so mad, broke through the saran wrap and chased him down the staff area. I'm like, I had to call someone on that one. That one was the roughest call I've had to do. We used to do an annual scavenger hunt at Kings Island every year.
Oh, the amusement park?
Yeah, at an amusement park.
Yeah.
It's an amusement park near us, and they you would have to get a picture with somebody. You would have to do this. You would have to do that. They hated me for going every year because I would play this game. I would go ride the longest wooden roller coaster here at the park at night during the fireworks, and they would, because you have to leave after the fireworks, right? And they would get mad at me because I was on the roller coaster that time and I was supposed to be leaving with the rest of the staff at that point. I got in trouble a few times for that, but one year I didn't get on the roller coaster. I called them from like 20 feet away and I was telling them, I'm right here. You can't tell me that I'm not there. I had the creepiest chaplain in the world. You ever had a creepy chaplain?
Yes.
Yes. So I had this creepy chaplain. He was like, you ever seen Austin Powers? You know the big fat guy in Austin Powers? We had
Yeah.
a guy that was just like him.
It looks
And
exactly like
but
David.
he was country.
Look like me? What?
He acted
Crazy.
like Austin. He acted like Austin Powers, but he had that big, like Tom Selleck mustache going, and it scared all the girls that worked on the camp staff.
I'd be scared too.
Yeah, you know, I'm
Well,
standing with
Austin, you
your
are a
staff
girl,
females.
So.
Yeah.
Well, we got 2 females apparently, according to Zach here.
Austin?
So-
Well,
Why call
David,
you
you're
a
just
female?
confused.
Oh my gosh.
So,
Yeah, I didn't know
when-
it. I was dyslexic today. Didn't realize Zach said 8:30 instead of 9:30. You love to see it.
Yeah.
So I got a couple other stories.
not
A
dyslexia.
buddy of mine.
That's not.
My
Yeah, that's
buddy
not.
That's
of
not
mine.
That's not dyslexia.
I'm aware. I'm aware.
That's
I'm aware.
called
I'm aware.
ignorance.
That was a
just
joke. That was a-
stupid.
that was a
Dyslexia is when
joke.
you see stuff
The joke-
backwards, and if it was an 8, that means you would see it the same way either way. So
Listen, Austin, I'm going to see you tomorrow, and I'm personally going to pick you up and throw you
What?
out of the
At
At
dining
least
hall.
I didn't leave camp to
what
go to my
muscle?
cousin's birthday party.
You mentioned going to your cousin's birthday party.
Isn't your cousin
I went
like
to my
1 years
cousin's
old?
birthday party. I showed up, dipped. I was gonna go to work. Got a text from my boss saying somebody on staff had COVID, and I was like, yeet. Then I went to go grab my car, which just got a new map sensor, and then I had to put on the hecking, all the plastic airbox stuff on top. So, boom, that was my evening. Sorry I didn't go to pizza place with y'all.
We had some pretty good pizza, by the way.
What kind of pizza did you get? I was curious.
I got a buffalo chicken pizza.
Dude, that sounds good, honestly.
It was pretty good, but then they messed up our payments.
Yeah, they messed up the payments. I had some like pesto pizza. It was honestly good
was
pizza,
good
but
pizza.
overpriced.
Okay.
Yeah, it was over.
How much was it?
My pizza was $13.90, and it was just 4
Mine was
slices.
20.
It's not like 4
a
big
personal
slices.
pizza?
It was a tiny pizza. The
Ugh.
small.
Okay, so the pizza wasn't bad. It was overpriced, and they had a stupid policy where they didn't carry change, so they rounded up and down
By
people's
round-
orders.
By round up, they just rounded down.
Yeah, our friend, he had 95 cents that they're
Well, you're
supposed to
talking
give
about
him.
Scotty, so
Yeah. Oh yeah, Scotty. Scotty had to get 95 cents back, so they rounded it down. So basically, instead of giving him the extra $1 for his change, they literally gave him nothing, and they took our other friend's money too.
yep, they took 45 cents from the other friend.
Which, if you think
We don't
about
believe
it,
in change.
If you think about it, if they keep doing that for the entire day, they're going to be making a lot of money in the long run.
Maybe maybe that's the reason why that place was kind of empty.
I mean, it wasn't empty because a lot of the tables were closed for COVID. They had all the blue circles on
Yeah,
them.
it was also very hipster.
It was bougie.
It was very hipster.
So they're trying to like that aesthetic of like
Mm-hmm.
we're hip and cool with the kids, kind of like some of like the newer Taco Bells
Yeah.
go with, you
Yeah.
know.
There was a giant sun giving a thumbs up with it holding a pizza in its hand statue on the outside.
Yeah.
Did he have sunglasses on?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my. Why was I able to like know? You know?
You
Because
just
it's bougie.
I was already envisioning it in my head. I was like, wait a minute.
It's a giant.
Yep,
it looks like a bunch of trash just put up together.
Because it was a bunch of trash.
It was a bunch of trash.
A whole bunch of scrap metal. Ugh, I can't speak today.
It's okay, Austin.
It was a weird day.
I'm overworked.
All is forgiven.
Underpaid.
My voice is kind of like messed up because today we're cleaning downtown camp.
Did he beatbox?
Because of, huh?
Did he have a beatboxing challenge with someone?
Oh yes, of course. You know me. I'm an avid.
They call you Verbois too.
But no. We during the week we don't get like an opportunity to sing songs because we can't do flag because of COVID. Because like they don't want gatherings of more than X amount of people. I don't know what the actual number is, but anyways, so on Saturday, like my group of people is like they separated the staff into different cohorts, so different like groups and stuff. And my cohort was in charge of cleaning all of downtown camp, like just sweeping for trash and like disinfecting and stuff. So we decided to sing songs because we've been building up all that energy and excitement all week. And we probably sang for like a solid like hour and 20 minutes, just like different camp songs. We had that stuff on repeat. Zach, you ended up cleaning the dining hall, right?
Yeah, I was stuck cleaning the dining hall the entire day.
Unfortunate.
Also, I was serving breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
I was cleaning the porch.
I'm gonna. I also I didn't wake up until like 10 minutes before.
I do that every morning.
I woke up late.
I was getting.
Also, the camp director.
Breakfast.
The camp director also forgot to wake up, and he's in the room right next to me. The camp director, and it's pretty funny. So I just wait.
You guys get special treatment.
We do get special treatment because.
Don't you? Okay. Maybe natives can complain, but I thought aquatics has literally no room to complain when it comes to our camp director favoring us.
They also got rid of their staff lounge.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have a staff lounge anymore. So aquatics.
Can you give me the story?
No, there's not even a story.
There's no
They just trashed the place.
They just didn't clean it.
Sounds about right. But
That's the aquatics.
What are we supposed to do?
Just sleep on the floor.
True.
I have my own break rooms, so haha, loser.
I'll just cry now.
My area.
So-
I'm gonna deliberately break your air conditionings. I'm not even gonna like sneak in there. I'm just gonna break the air
You
AC
can't because you're not part of my cohort.
So
from the outside. Duh.
So
Not gonna go
Daniel,
inside.
do you have one more story
Yes.
that you would like to tell before we end this episode?
yeah, I gotta. Let's see here. Let's see. I would have to work AHG week. After our weeks of camp was over, we had to work American Heritage Girl week. We had that at my camp.
I teach
Because American Heritage Girls, yeah, they have a week after our camp because American Heritage Girls started in my area.
Okay.
So a lot of them all came to our camp. So we had the younger age girls in our camp, and it was interesting. We would have to change our whole program again. We would be the directors would be the week before. We'd be going through and figuring out what we had to do to teach next week's program because we were always we were trying to keep that program going while doing that. And we never had the same campfire. Our campfire always changed. It was a rotating campfire. So,
Been there, done that.
Wait.
but we would sit down as a staff every week, every time we would do a campfire and go, this is how we're going to do it. This campfire.
Oh,
and
so like it's like completely scratch. Like at our camp, we'd always change it because we thought the last one was so bad. So like it'd be like the same idea, but like changed in various different ways. But you're saying like you start from scratch every week?
Yeah, we would start from scratch every week.
Gotcha. That's actually kind of cool.
So we would. There was only 50 of us.
Mm-hmm.
So we could sit down in a room, and we would throw up. Let's do this skit. Let's do that skit. Let's do this skit, and we'll just throw it up there, and we'll just keep but we also in the middle of the summer when we were doing the day camps, we would do like a whose line is it anyway kind of thing. And we
Yeah.
would practice going back and forth. And by the end of the summer, all of us were very fluid and we knew how to do that kind of fluidity. And it worked really well towards the end of the summer.
It's actually a really good idea. Like,
Yeah, my old camp did
something,
that.
yeah, something our stack lacks of is rehearsals. We kind of just go through like quick run throughs, but I think that practice of the verbal engagement actually might help us. I'm actually gonna like kind of bring that up in a future meeting if we ever have to do another campfire. So thank you for that, Daniel.
I forgot. That was one of my happiest memories when I was a camper, was watching the Whose Lines It Anyways from my camp staff. The camp that I'm from, they always did Whose Lines It Anyways, and it was so it was funny because it was just like one of those things that you could always go to, and it would always be a different show, especially as someone that would always go week after week. It was always a different show no matter what.
We did a slideshow. We would always do that, like a polarized slideshow at the end of the week for our staff. At some point, would do that for the last campfire, or we would figure out ways to change any story that we can make funny for all the adults to see what the kids did for the week.
Yeah.
So,
We always have this. We always have a PowerPoint at the end, and it's just the same song.
Yeah.
It's usually Avicii, The Nights, playing over and over again. Or Avicii levels.
Yeah,
Yes.
our stuff lacks this creativity, I guess, because
We don't lack creativity, we lack execution.
no,
and
compared to
I will
other
die on the
Boy
hill.
Scout camps, we do. We also lack enthusiasm, like a proper enthusiasm.
if you say that word in my camp, you have to spell happy, HAPPY. We love this camp.
Really?
It was started. Yeah, it was started because the camp staff of the Boy Scout camp wasn't really that enthused to be there. They were kind of like motion through at that point of the summer, and they were just going through the motions at that point. And I know the troop that did it, they were doing it to mock the staff. and now the staff does it, and they don't understand that it was mocking the staff.
Like the Yankee Doodle song.
Kind of like that, yeah.
That's got those vibes. Oh my gosh, it's
That
actually fantastic.
Yankee Doodle type beat.
I remember my old. I used to know a song that literally made fun of campers, and then you can make a new verse every single week to make fun of specific campers, and it was allowed at my old camp where I used to grow up. And you can always hear this making fun of
hazing,
people.
hazing.
We did chant hazing one time during our flag, and then everyone just.
Yeah, we got in a lot of trouble for that, actually.
It was pretty funny.
It was so funny.
I just like how like certain things are banned, but certain things aren't. Like shaving cream is banned at our camp because it's supposed to mean SHIT. We can't say because this is a family-friendly
Sugar, honey,
podcast.
iced tea.
Yeah, bull sugar honey iced tea, and then we can sing boom boom, but there's a whole verse about touching.
Yeah, touching yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways.
David, would you like to wrap up the podcast for us?
Oh, absolutely.
Just like how you
thank you
started. Oh wait,
Oh, wait.
that was me.
Anyways,
You're
well,
fired.
thank you guys for listening to the podcast. We are for sure gonna have Daniel on the show again. This is How many years did you say you had? I knew you've told me many times. I believe it was like up above 8, right?
It was about 8. It was from 2003 to 2010.
Yeah, so
About 7.
78. He has way too many years of experience for us not to want him to have on the show again. So I hope everybody looks forward to another Daniel episode in the future. I would like to thank everybody for sticking with us through COVID and stuff. I know everybody's like super enthused about the podcast. I've gotten a lot of really, really incredibly nice comments, just saying like, "Hey, keep it up." My camp was canceled, but listening to your show makes me feel right at home. Stuff like that. It really makes Zach's and I's day, and all the other co-hosts. We really appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts. Follow us at Camp Staff Podcast on Instagram. Zach, do you have any comments or concerns for the end of the show?
We also have a Facebook. A bunch of Indian
Oh,
guys
do we?
follow it.
A bunch of like, we're not even being racist. Like,
It's just a bunch
Indians.
of Indian guys.
They're bots. They're most likely because those are the same, accounts that message random little girls.
Yeah, all of them say works at Facebook app.
Yes. Oh, another one.
Whoa, they
we
can-
got like a
for
message type
advertisements.
thing from one of them. It was like, "Peace be with you, for war," and I was like, "Huh, okay."
This guy do be spitting facts though.
He's kind
mean,
of spitting. he's
Facebook kind
spitting
of does have all
bars,
of our
you know?
information, so they could start a war.
I'd love to see it.
Everybody have a great evening.
See ya.
Yes. Good night. See ya.